Hello, friends. Welcome to So Basic with a Little Extra. My name is Anna Sigari, and if we haven't met yet, I'm just a basic girl with a little extra. My hope is that by sharing my so basic stories, you get a little, extra inspiration, extra encouragement, or just an extra laugh. So, today, my super basic story, it's about groceries. Let's talk groceries. Oh, I have this love-hate relationship with this buying groceries things. I strongly believe that there is an extra right way to shop for groceries, and then there is the other way. The super basic one. I grew up in a household where meals were the most important thing ever. I had, it had to be. You see, I have three brothers. And if you count my dad back then, well, it just say that a three-course meal was going on 7 days a week. So now you get the idea. My mom, until this day, says that my brothers eat like there is no tomorrow. I grew up in Mexico, so grocery shopping was very, very different from what I do now. We very rarely went to a grocery store. My mom will buy all the ingredients for each day's meal, the very same day, early in the morning. The produce, the meat, and whatever else she needed. We just had to walk a few streets uphill, and there was Pancho with his little table where he plays all the produce, the fruits and vegetables, farm market style. And then you will walk a little further, and there was the other Pancho, the butcher. Yeah, they had the same name. Next door was a little store that had everything else. And then there was the tortilleria. I didn't appreciate all the hard work my mom did back then to create a full meal back then. I don't know how she did it. We used to eat around 2 p.m., that's supper for most people in Mexico. And she started the daily prep around 10 a.m. because I was the princess of the house, and because that was hard work. I never went by myself, but my brothers hated it. Try walking up the hill at 98 degrees and standing in line for 15 minutes. My brother Miguel was the one that got most of that torture and added trouble because he will bring back green tomatoes instead of red tomatoes, or parsley instead of cilantro, or use the spare change to play in the archive machines. Those were great times. Then we moved here to United States. We learned the once a week grocery shopping strategy. We only had one vehicle, and the grocery stores are not within walking distance, so if you forgot an ingredient, good luck to you. When I got married, I did not know how to cook, and I was working full time, so we ate out a lot. And so the grocery shopping was super basic, just the frozen waffles and pizza. I became a stay home mom when my youngest was born 13 years ago. But I'm so thankful for Pinterest and Facebook. They were my BFFs back then. I had no idea how to be a homemaker, and grocery shopping is a skill you must develop. I think I loved it back then. That was my only outing of the week with my sweetest screaming baby. That was the only way I could do a little human interaction. So grocery shopping was fun, and I would spend hours making a list and going to the store. We will go through each aisle and wave to people, learn our colors, play as we put stuff in the cart. And a few times I just kept walking around as the baby fell asleep, and I was not about to wake her up. The girl had some lungs. Now I cook most days. My husband and daughter are super basic when it comes to eating. I used to throw a fit because they like to eat the same stuff all the time. While I love trying new things, I love seeing all the colors in my plate. But after a few battles, we compromised, and now I see the advantage for me when having such a basic grocery list. I have a weekly menu on my fridge that it's super basic. Monday is chicken, Tuesday is ground beef, Wednesday is chicken again, Thursday is fish or pork, and Friday is free for all. The weekends we've kind of figured it out. So I just changed the recipes, but keep the protein main ingredients. I have a basic grocery list on my phone that I replenish every week, and I order in bulk from Amazon things like coffee, creamer, and rice. I do a Costco run every quarter, or some more times than not, I place order for pickup and done. That's a little extra, right? But also, I find that by doing that way, ordering, I stick to the list and I don't spend time and money buying things and I see at the grocery store. The slow cooker is my most treasured kitchen appliance, and Lola, because she has a name, or air fryer, is also a dear one in our house. Let me ask you, do you have a grocery shopping strategy? A favorite grocery store? Let me know in the comments. So, really, how easy do we have it now? I see all the cons and pros of the new way of buying groceries. One of the unfortunate cons is that minimum human interaction happens, right? You minimize the chance to running into someone at the store, and you miss the opportunity to find new brands or use your creativity to create new dishes if you stick to the list and don't see other products. But I also see the value for people that are sick or have hard time walking around the store, or maybe a mom with several kiddos and having a world pandemic and reducing the probability of catching a virus, right? Have you tried the curbside pickup? It's amazing. If you haven't, need to try it. All that to say that times are changing. I tell my youngest daughter that maybe about the time she gets to be an adult and do her own groceries, it will be food in capsules, all pre-packed. Like in the movie Wally. I don't know. It looks like we're going that way. I can't help to think as I share my basic timeline of evolution of grocery shopping. What a blessing is to be able to live in such a privileged time. Can you imagine having to get the water for your family to the well outside your town with a huge heavy jar? Making bread every day? Cooking an entire meal from scratch without an air fryer or a slow cooker? Like the women we read in the Bible, like Mary, Martha, Abigail, or Ruth. Do you know any of those stories? I love them all. But one of my favorites is Ruth's story. Like she had to go in the field and try to find the food, bring it, like it's super basic. It has a happy ending. My basic story for today is that each generation has their great ways to enjoy, learn, and thrive in grocery shopping. That we can give thanks in all circumstances, especially for the provision and the fortune to even be able to pick and choose our groceries. The big parking lots, the kids that collect the shopping carts, and the efficient cashiers. Okay, I'm gonna make a parenthesis here. I'm so extra. I try to avoid those grocery stores that have opted for self checkout. I am pretty terrible at that. And I feel like, listen, I don't work here. I'm so thankful we get to live in these times where all is super convenient and accessible. Check out some of the Bible stories I mentioned. I will leave the citation in the comments for you. They're really fun to read and it gives you another perspective. If you're not familiar with them, just give them a read. And if you are familiar with them, let me know which one is your favorite and why. I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for sharing your time with me, and I will see you next time. But don't forget to love Jesus, obey Jesus, and tell everyone about him. Bye.